Okay, now there's audio. Now we have audio everywhere. Fantastic. Okay. Where are you? I'm everywhere. Okay. Thank you, Rebel and Roll. We are on Substack. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. So I've been doing these abundance check ins for 7 mornings. And I've also been doing this kind of stuff for 15 years. And not once on these 7 mornings has the tech been right. There's always something that's been happening. Okay. For everybody just joining in, let me throw my arms around everybody and I'll give you a quick catch up, and then we're going to do the bless practice, which I'm actually going to start a Sunday bless club where we're getting together every Sunday for like 15 minutes to just do the bless check-in. Okay, here's the premise. When you want, we're going to use abundance as an example, okay? And let's have an expanded definition, the true definition of abundance. This is an abundance of all the good things, of common sense, of health, of wellness, of prosperity, of emotional intimacy, an abundance of generosity, which helps everyone in the world, everywhere, no matter what's going on, what we think is going on in the news and the propaganda and all the things, all the pain events. So we're working with abundance. And what's going to come up when you move towards abundance? The mind is going to create contrast for you. That's how we grow. The mind is going to create lack mentality and some worry. So what do you do with those things? I want to expand. I want to generate, but I'm worried. I'm worried about making the bills. I'm worried about being alone the rest of my life, whatever it is. Instead of pushing the worry away, which the wellness scene and motivational hype has us do, overcome your fear. Overcome your fear. Forget it. Forget trying to overcome your fear. What you push away pushes back. You try and overcome something. What you're trying to overcome will get stronger. You're trying to overcome being worried and having fear. The worry and the fear is going to get stronger. It's a vicious cycle. It's like taking the wrong medicine, girlfriend. Okay. So we're going to take the right medicine. What's always the best medicine? Love, compassion. So we have love and compassion for what we've been pushing away, the worry and the lack thought. And the worry and the lack thought starts to relax. And it gets less chatty, and it doesn't try and make your decisions for you. So today's micro practice in the spirit of abundance, on behalf of everything that's going on in the world, is going to be the blessed practice. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to be here about 3 minutes max, and then I can do some questions because it's Monday morning and it's dark outside. I think it's good for us to be together. Okay, so the blessed practice is, I'll start with the dedication of merit. And with the blessed practice, I'm going to suggest something specific today. So normally you decide, what do you want to heal or what do you want to manifest? And you'd work with that in the heart center. We're going to work with some light and some thought, okay? But today I'm going to suggest, you don't have to follow this, but I'm going to suggest that we work on something we're worried about, because the news is pretty shitty. So one thing, not the state of the world, not everything you're reading on the news, just one thing. Could be worried about getting to work on time today. We're going to one micro thing you feel some worry about, and we're going to bless practice it. Okay? You got it in mind? All right, let's go. Always dedication and merit for all of our practices. Okay? Wherever you are, if you're making breakfast, if the sun is setting, take a deep breath. Just focus on the feeling in your heart. Now I want you to think a really positive thought or center in on a really high vibe feeling, the best day of your life, how much you love the person you love. You could think about gratitude, how much you love swimming. Just getting the mind to relax, some positivity. And then you become aware that in your heart center, there's this golden, warm, luminous quality. Buddhists would say unconditional friendliness in the center of your heart. Now you're going to bring in your one worry that you want to work with today. You breathe it in. sitting in the center of your heart. You could see it as the word worry. You could see it as the situation. You could visualize an incident that's got you worrying. You could hear it. It could be a symbol. Your breathing's natural. Bring that worry into the center of your heart. Just a few conscious breaths, regulating your nervous system, and then we work with light. So you're going to see the full spectrum of light in the center of your heart, showering, saturating what you've brought in your heart, that worry point. I'll walk you through all the colors. They're very translucent, opalescent colors. The colors of the rainbow, full light spectrum. The pinks, like this really translucent kind of fuchsia color. And then light peach, orange color, light translucent peach tones. And then golds, very shimmering, very dynamic. So you think each color has its own healing frequency. So then you move to the greens, it's that minty green. Then you bring in the sky blue, and then you bring in like an indigo color, very light, very lit up. And whatever you've brought into the center of your heart is basking in those healing frequencies. Your breath is natural, and just let it bask. Pinks, the peaches, the golds, the greens, the blues, the violets, full spectrum light. There's all kinds of physics behind this. I don't need to tell you. And take one deep breath, and if your eyes are closed, breathe your eyes to open. And here's the most important part of that practice. Don't go back in to fix what you brought in to heal. You don't have to think about it. He said, they said, I should have, woulda, coulda, state of the world, all of that. You just did the most healing thing. Quick nervous system regulation. Instead of pushing it away, you brought it in. What we embrace transforms and transforms us. What we push away pushes back, and it gets stronger. You brought it in, and you worked with light. So there are so many beautiful tests being done around working with light. We know that if we look at light with our eyes open, it affects our brain frequency in a really positive way. We also know that if I close my eyes and just imagine light color, any frequency of light, any tone of light, that it positively affects my brain waves. We also know that if you and I are sitting across from each other and we energetically send each other light, our brain waves start to sync. It works. It works. I'm going to put this in a really kind of cheeky way. If someone is teaching about nervous system regulation or any kind of meditative experience and isn't working with light, I just don't believe them. I just don't believe they know what they're doing. Okay, so that's the blessed practice. We put a bow on that. You can do the blessed practice in 90 seconds while you're going out the door and you have a hit of anxiety. I'll run it through you really quickly one more time. You get clear. What do you want to heal? What do you want to manifest? And instead of pushing away, take a breath. Think something positive so you get the mind to relax. We just need the mind to not be chatty. And then bring whatever it is that you want to heal or manifest into your heart. Work with the light spectrum. Take a few breaths. On with your day. You've done your work. You can do that as a 90-second practice. You can do it as, I would suggest, max a 21-minute practice. And that's how you work with, so back to the top of the conversation, the topic of abundance in a world that is on fire. You don't push the worry away. You bring it in. Everything is your mind, baby. We create the worry. We create the fear. We create the faith. We create the trust. We create the abundance, no matter what. And this has been the conversation I'm in, and we've been in all week around abundance. Abundance, no matter what. Abundance of loving kindness. Abundance of prosperity. Abundance of great sleep. abundance of friendship, abundance of generosity, abundance of emotional intimacy, deep intimacy. Okay, let's put a gold bow on that. I'm here. It's Monday. The sun is not yet up in Vancouver. Any questions about anything, I get them all. If you want to know about getting the abundance meditation, it just dropped yesterday. It's this whole package, a sacred word set, a prosperity write and burn, 18-minute meditation that I walk you through. Think golds and reds, really saturated color frequencies. Just comment on Instagram and Facebook abundance, or go to daniellelaporte.com/course and say the most. Now's the time for questions about anything. Most popular question we got yesterday was about working with worry. And then I see here Marina asking how to use the blessed practice for grieving. This is it's a perfect question. Every question is a perfect question, but it's really timely because I was up late last night writing about grieving. The chapter about grief is my last chapter that I have to get done, give or take, in my new book, Bless and Release. We're starting to drop audio nuggets of the book. If you go to daniellelaporte.com/bless, you can start to hear the book. The introduction itself is a great throwdown on physics of letting go. And who wants to write about grief? I don't want to write about grief. I don't want to hear things like this too shall pass. Grief has been my jam for so much of my adult life. And grief is one of the most difficult and challenging emotions to embrace. And the whole teaching with becoming more conscious, but the whole teaching with Bless and Release is to not push the gnarly stuff away. We become conscious creatives, capital conscious, capital creatives, when we embrace everything and we work on transmuting everything. So to work with the blessed practice, where you decide what you want to heal or manifest, bring it into your heart, work with color. Don't work with bringing in all of your grief or everything you want to manifest, everything you want to heal all at one time. We have to weave just one topic at a time, just one piece of stained glass in the mosaic of, oh, I just lost a leaf on my fiddlehead. Yeah, hold on. Let's have a moment of grief. My leaf, the grief leaf. Oh, I'm having a fiddlehead situation with both of my big trees. They're going to live. I'm going to make it because I'm committed to those plants. I have a relationship with this plant. Working with your grief with blessing is one aspect. So first of all, you have to acknowledge your feelings and you have to get clear about what you're grieving. Sometimes it can, it's more than just the loss of a relationship or of a person or the job or your youth or the money or whatever it is. It's all these layers of feeling that come up with the grief. Work with one feeling at a time. So the grief brings up fear. The grief brings up loneliness. The grief brings up anxiety. Just one aspect at a time, and you bring that into your heart. So again, a quickie on the blessed practice. You're going to be clear. What do you want to heal? Or what do you want to manifest? It's the same move in the heart. Letting go and creating, it's the same metaphysical move. Take a deep breath and think something positive to get the mind to relax. Think, oh God, I love love. Love swimming. Oh, best day of my life when my baby was born, my puppies, whatever it is. And then bring whatever you're working on healing, just one thread of it into the heart, and then you work with the light. So the light is a full spectrum of light. It's a whole prism. So we get every healing frequency, and it's translucent. So when you're working with the light, work with the quality of, imagine what you see when light shines through a stained glass window. So the reds become pinks and the oranges become peaches, and then it's gold, shimmery golds and yellows, minty greens, sky colored blue, light blue, very, very translucent purple, like a like a lavender or lilac color. You work with those colors. You let whatever you've brought in to heal or manifest saturate, bask in those colors, and that's your energy work. So many of us in this space, we talk about, everything's a vibe. Your vibe attracts your tribe, but we don't actually intentionally, consciously do the energy work. And this is the energy work. Color is the work. Color frequency. Light is the energy work. Light work is shadow work. Trust anybody who talks about shadow work and doesn't work with the light, and anybody talking about light work and doesn't talk about the shadow. We want to become whole people. Okay, question. This is amazing. It is amazing. Light is amazing. You're going to love Bless and Release, my loves. DanielleLaPorte.com/bless. What's the physics and why imagining color works? This is from Yes, Kelly Official. Okay, big question. This is the best way to explain it. When you put your attention on something, you are directing your consciousness towards something. So I'm going to put my attention on you. All of my conscious awareness is going towards you. Attention is light. Consciousness is light. What's unconscious cannot be seen because it's in the dark. Consciousness is light. We are made of light. Light directed, attention given, consciousness sent in a particular direction is love. It's a blessing. My definition of blessing, the physics definition of blessing is, you ready? Everybody? A blessing is focused, positive intention. Blessings are benevolent. I'm just going to put my attention on my dream, on my pain, on loving you, on listening, on being a friend, whatever it is, consciousness going in that direction, love going in that direction, light streaming. And there's lots of physics behind this. This isn't just, every mystic, you, me, everybody on the path eventually has some experience with light of consciousness, the light of awareness. I saw the light. I went through the tunnel. I saw the light. I closed my eyes to get the light. And then all the science behind this shows us that light affects your brain waves. Light from the sun and multiple sources, even unnatural sources, has a positive effect on your whole physical body and your energy bodies. And I'm most interested in the effect that light has on our energy bodies, on what light does to the mind, on what light does to the whole chakra system. And it works. Regulation happens. Healing happens. We need sun. We need light, the light of consciousness. We need love. Love is light. And each color of light has its own, you could say, healing personality, its own healing code. So if I say to you, what do you think of with the color red? Everybody say the same thing. Passion, fire, energy, anger. Anger is just a form of energy. Anger is how energy shows up that day. You can transmute the anger. Don't push the anger away. My God, we could do a whole session on anger, which we will do someday. For now, here's what you need to know. For everybody who's been hanging out in this conversation for the last 7 days around abundance, thank you. For everybody who's in the abundance, went to Abundance Church yesterday, thank you. If you're on Instagram or Facebook, just comment abundance. We can get you links to all of the practices. It's very, very, it's abundant. It's generous. It's like it's how we like to roll. Or you can go to DanielleLaPorte.com/course. The practice we did today together is the Bless practice. And I'm going to drop the Bless practice for free for everybody, everywhere. Go to DanielleLaPorte.com/bless. And you can get into, kind of got this club starting to form around Bless and Release. And then I think in the next week or the week after, the Bless practice comes. So I'll give you the directions to it. and I will give you, you'll be getting an audio. I'm going to give you like a 4-minute version, and then I'll give you a longer version, music backed, and you can do the blessed practice on the walk. But really, everybody's just going to learn how to do the blessed practice themselves. What do I want to heal, or what do I want to manifest? One positive thought, get the mind to relax. I see that kind of gold, spacious light in my heart, and then I bring whatever it is into my heart. I bring in the grief, I bring in the fear, I bring in the worry, or I bring in the vision, the desire, the aspiration, and I do the energy work. I work with the full spectrum of light colors. I just rainbow heart that up, take a few breaths. I can be there for 90 seconds. I can be there for 20 minutes and work it. And I do it throughout the day. And I personally do it every day. I do it for my manifestation practice. And it works. Yes, Sky, it works. We've had a focus group go through the Bless and Release book, and thumbs up, baby. Okay, I love you, everybody, for all the pain, the worry, and all the dreams and the aspirations and the intentions for wellness and connectivity and sanity. Breathe it all into your heart, pour some color onto it, and we got it. Okay, love, so much love.